Hi, everyone. My name is Dylan Areno. I'm the product manager here at GitLab for distribution. And today I'm going to be giving a kickoff for our 15.2 release. So as always, we'll start off with our scheduling issue. And similar to last milestone, if you didn't watch, we are bundling the 15.1, 2, and 3 milestones in one scheduling issue. Just try something new. And I've updated the description today for the recent developments as we move into 15.2. So just like last time, we are going to continue working on GitLab operator as a top priority. We are really, really close to listing it in the Red Hat Marketplace. And that is what this top level epic describes. And we have a couple issues that are still out there that we're looking to pursue in 15.2. The main one, which we're getting really close on, is considering what we should do with Nginx or Ingress in general moving forward. For the operator to be able to be listed and certified in the Red Hat Marketplace, all the images have to be UBI certified. And currently, there's not an easy way to do it with Nginx. So in 15.1, we mainly did a lot of the research and background on either capable alternatives or potentially just using a fork of Nginx. Another consideration that we had is related to FIPS, which I'm going to talk a little bit about, but that was kind of the big sticking point was we have to consider something that's UBI capable and also will work for FIPS. So finishing that up or close to finishing that up early on in 15.2 unlocks essentially the rest of these issues. Ensuring all container images have UBI variants. I think that's pretty straightforward that'll unlock. And then those images being deployed successfully. And then sort of the final certification. So that's what's going to wrap up, hopefully, the work related to the operator in 15.2. I'm not sure if we'll quite get to the actual submission, but the goal is to get very close in 15.2. Moving on to the next item, which is new. We had been working on FIPS for a while, but I hadn't listed it because we had kind of finished up a lot of the work. But as we move towards the next audit, which is going to land just after 15.2, there's a couple items that distribution is going to be picking up. And sort of company-wide, this is an important issue. So it's going to be an important issue for us in 15.2. There's just a couple issues listed here that are related to FIPS that we want to complete in enough time to have them ready for 15.2. Moving on, these are familiar. So we're still working on or making a priority for some of our tech debt internal tooling work related to our long-term build efficiency and also improving our team pipelines. So both of these hopefully will pay dividends down the road to make the features and tools we roll out in the future easier to implement. And we're going to talk about a couple of things we're working on. But a big one that's going to be finishing up or is very close, a lot of work was done in 15.1, is investigating how we can paralyze Omnibus and the builds related to Omnibus and basically improve the upgrade diffs for Omnibus. And this is going to lay a nice foundation for our long-term build efficiency and the other issues tied to it. So moving on into a couple of issues I wanted to call out. The first ones are going to be related to long-term build efficiency and the efficiency work related to our pipelines. I won't talk about any issues related to OpenShift and FIPS just because I've talked a fair amount about them. And if you'd like to know information, please click these two epics. But moving on to the first one here, we want to refactor our CI pipelines to use rules. Essentially, there's two ways that we currently do it, and we'd like to use a consistent approach. And in this case, we're probably going to use rules, but we're going to kind of investigate and finish up this pipeline work, which is, again, related to improving our pipelines. So we're excited about this one. And another one here that we're excited about, we actually don't have it tied to one of the efficiency epics, but it is certainly related. We want to make sure that any changes to our Rails app won't break anything on any of our OS builds. So right now it's a manual process for each of the builds, but we want to essentially make sure this is fairly automated. So this will be a nice improvement as well. And then the final one I'd want to call out related to some of our efficiency work and pipelines is right now we want to make sure the issue bot, which we're implementing, will trigger Slack notifications. So this is kind of the top level one, and there's issues related to our charts, Omnibus, and operator projects. So moving on to a couple other issues I want to call out that necessarily aren't related to our top level focuses, but this is a customer related one. We already support backups for S3 and GCS. And we want to make sure that we also support backups related to Azure. So like I said, this is a customer one that we've hoping to get to for a while, and this would be a nice improvement in 15.2. Moving on, essentially for AWS Layer 4 recommended settings, it makes web service not really able to work or at least work correctly. So this is basically a bug improvement that we want to implement in 15.2 so that customers can still use web services that they'd like SSH for Layer 4. So this will be a nice one as well. And then this is another one that we've been investigating for a while and we're excited to implement, which is multiple PG bouncer instances on a single node. Yeah, so this is just a nice one that we can now run, or hopefully we'll be able to run multiple instances on a single node moving forward. And then moving on to sort of the final customer one I want to bring out is console being able to watch additional Postgres services. So right now it'll fail due to some hard codes that we have, but if we're building a new environment with 2 high availability Postgres setups for GitLab and Prefect, we would like them both to be able to be watched. And right now that it's unable to. So this will, again, be another nice improvement. So finally, a fun one I want to call out is now that the Bullseye OS is out, we want to provide that package for Raspberry Pi. And so this is another thing we work on in 15.2. So that is rounding out our 15.2 milestone. Again, we're going to be working on the operator and FIPS mainly, and we'd love to get these done in 15.2, or at least these phases of those projects. And then we're going to continue working away at our efficiency work to make the life of the engineers a little easier as we roll out features in the future. So thank you for listening and have a great rest of your day.